Welcome to another 6x9 Storyteller episode. Please subscribe and give me a like and share my video if you're enjoying them.
I did a bad thing and went through my fiancé's phone. I feel horrible about it. But I also feel sick about what I read. Maybe I'm overreacting. Kinda wish I hadn't done it. For context, we've been together 6 years and got engaged this past summer. It came later than I wanted it to, and then what we've discussed. We're in our 30s now and have had many conversations about my biological clock, but he says he just wanted to be stable in his career before he proposed, and pandemic set things back a bit. Fair, but I was starting to feel a little insecure and that he wasn't sure about me. Anyway, he has lots of female friends. That's fine with me, not a problem. I've met pretty much all of them. However, there is one that I felt a little insecure about, but only as of lately. I've never met her, coincidentally maybe, but now I'm thinking that he wants it that way. She's a hot yoga teacher and a certified masseuse. They never dated, but I do know that they've had sex before we were dating. All that aside, I genuinely trust that he won't cheat on me, and he's been friends with this girl for a long time, so I never let it bother me. Plus, she lived about 3 hours away until recently when she moved back to his hometown. There are 2 events that led me to feel uncomfortable and decide to go through his phone. 1. Earlier this year was really hard for my family. My sister, who is very young, was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. My boyfriend has generally been supportive, but as it was all unfolding, he randomly decided to make a trip to see this girl. Normally he would visit her on his way to or from visiting his family in his hometown, but this time it was just to see this girl. He said she was having a hard time. I mean, so am I, but whatever. I was trying to be the cool girlfriend, and so he went there to stay the night at her place. I really don't believe that they hooked up that night, but I later learned that the hard time she was having was that she broke up with her boyfriend that she had been with for less than a year. I later joked that he better not have gotten a massage from her, and he got all weird about it, and I was like, I'm sorry, I let you go stay the night at her house, but I have boundaries and y'all have a sexual history. 2. Flash forward to last week. He had some time off work, so he went back to his hometown to see his family and friends for Christmas. I work from home, so generally I'm available to travel with him, and I love all his friends, but this time he didn't ask. He just told me he was going. Not gonna lie, my feelings were a little hurt. He tried to say that he assumed I was going to be really busy with end-of-year stuff, which is true, but he always asks. This happens to be a couple weeks after this chick moved back to that town, so naturally I asked who he was planning on hanging out with. He said the usual, and named only dudes. I wouldn't be mad if he had gone to see this girl if he told me that was his plan, but the fact that he kept it a secret, which feels deliberate this time, doesn't sit well with me. He barely talks to me the whole time he's gone, which is also unusual. I ask him what he's doing, who he's hanging out with, etc., but I don't get much in response. I guess that was enough to make me extra curious about who he was hanging out with, so when he got back I looked at his text messages. He did hang out with that girl. Not the whole time, but multiple days. I'd if he stayed the night this time. They went to the gym together and sat in the sauna together and got dinner together. Like, I've known this girl was his friend, but I didn't think they were besties like that. I've never even met her in 6 years. I would have assumed that they're the level of friends that hang out in a group setting, but I guess not. So I keep scrolling. They talk constantly. But the tricky thing is it is a lot of over the phone. This goes back to 2019. A lot of text messages from him to her saying things like, I've been thinking about you a lot lately, something compelled me to reach out to you, etc., which I promise you is not how he texts any of his other dude or female friends. And a lot of chat? FaceTime? Can I call you? From both of them. The weird part is that I've never once witnessed them talking on the phone, so he must purposely do it in private. I felt absolutely sick to my stomach. The texts weren't overtly incriminating, but definitely enough to hurt me. Oh, another thing that really made me mad is that he was texting this girl all about my sister and what she's going through, like pretending like it's been hard on him. Even though he has not asked me how I'm doing or comforting me without being prompted to do so, and he definitely hasn't told any of his other friends, the ones I actually know and see, because on multiple occasions I've mentioned it in conversation, and they're all like, what? So kinda weird that he only told this one girl. Also, I thought that him not comforting me was him just being a dumb boy who isn't in tune with my emotions, but it seems he does have the capacity to check in on this girl constantly. How are you feeling? what's on your mind, etc., and also checking in multiple times when she and her boyfriend broke up, and also when her young, healthy, anti-vaxxer sister got COVID. So that's where I'm at. I truly genuinely believe that he has not physically cheated on me. Sure feels like emotional cheating, if you ask me. We put the deposit down on our wedding venue last week. I love him. I really want to be wrong, but this just feels not like a normal, platonic friendship. Also, I feel like he's the type of nice guy to stay in a relationship even if he's unhappy, as long as the other person doesn't do something that absolutely warrants a breakup. So once again, I'm doubting if he even really still loves me. I don't know how to confront it, or if I even will. I feel so guilty and ashamed for going through his phone. But also I feel like, what the fuck, totally betrayed. My heart hurts.